Story 1. MIL wants to be in delivery room and control my birth. I'm supposed to be getting induced next week for safety concerns. I'm not super worried about that, but it's enough for me to be freaking out just a bit. First, my ML offered to watch the kids while we were gone. I said no because she's not allowed to watch the kids by herself, and also I already have made the childcare plans. She can't watch my kids alone because of an incident where she tried to fix my disabled child, and also because she constantly makes colorist comments towards my kids. I'm black, they're Mexican, both my kids are a bit darker side. She then asked what time should she come to the hospital. I made it clear that because of their actions when I has my daughter, which is a whole other story, I have said none of my husband's family other than my FL will be allowed at the hospital at all. Which then turned into her saying, well, I want to be a part of it, who's cutting the umbilical cord? All I could see was red. My mom cut the cord at my last birth, but this was agreed upon by me and my husband. I've always had my mom and my husband in the delivery room. My mom cut the cord with my daughter, and husband did so with my son, but now his mom is claiming she has a right to be in the room and cut the cord. She wants to be in the room, and I don't even want her at the damn hospital. She hates the name we are giving this baby because we aren't naming the baby after her. She hates I'm being induced. She hates I'm having another girl. She hates the hospital that I chose. She hates that I'm choosing to have my son in the delivery room and not her, and so much more. Honestly, at this point, she's getting insufferable to be around because she brings this up every time I see her. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Comment 1. She's going to hate the labor and delivery nurses. They have a stressful job and quite enjoy the chance to tell someone, absolutely not, without consequences. Comment 2. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I would leave strict instructions with the nursing staff who your approved visitors are and are not. I would also have your husband speak with his mother and make it clear she must follow your boundaries or she won't meet the baby at all. Comment 3. First, tell her they rescheduled your induction to another day later than the real one. Then go radio silent with her. Make sure all involved parties, so your mom, etc., keep quiet about it. Then enjoy your new baby in peace and quiet. Comment 4. Register as private, password protect your stay, and tell NO when you're in labor. Comment 5. Do not notify her when you start labor. Do inform your medical team who you, and only you will permit to be with you, and that you don't want any other visitors. Make very sure your husband understands. Story 2. MIL called my son or child. MIL visited today for the first time in a couple months. Her presence alone is enough to cause me anxiety, but she said something today that I am still furious about. DH and I were talking about how we hope that our son wants to play sports when he's older and how we can't wait to put him in t-ball, soccer, football, etc. ML butted in while we were talking and said, "You are not putting him in football. I'm not going to sit there and watch my child get hurt. Y'all." DH immediately called her out on it, and she of course tried to pretend like it was just an accident and that she thinks of all her grandchildren as her own, as if that made it better. DH also said that if that's how she felt, then we just wouldn't invite her to games, and her response was, "You can't keep me from going. I'll find out when they are even if you don't tell me." I am still so mad. What is wrong with this woman? Edit. This was not supposed to be about football. My husband and I will do plenty of research about what activities we decide to put our child in. Please stop giving unwanted advice. Comment 1. Anytime my MIL asked where her baby is, I always made a point to call out my wife's name, saying her mom wants her. She learned pretty quickly I wasn't having a bar of her shit. Comment 2. Ugh. My MIL did this. I worked quite a bit, hairstylist, evenings, weekends, when my son was young as the main, sometimes sole, earner of the family. My husband did a lot of the school activities. I always got the vibe from MIL that she thought I was an absent mom, even though I still didn't work 40 hours per week. Once she went with my husband to our son's first grade open house and she introduced herself as my son's mother. My husband of course corrected her, like yours, and also in the same fashion, she tried to play it off. I was furious and set my boundaries hard from there on out. I get along with her fine because of these boundaries. I call her out every time she does crap like that, and man, do I verbally eviscerate her in my head. I don't know about your MIL, but mine is a good person overall, but something is broken in her. Comment 3. JustNoMil, you come somewhere you are not welcome or wanted, and you can enjoy the restraining order I will take out on you. LO is not your child. Comment 4. Would you like the list chronological or alphabetical? Trust yourself, that was a threat of future stalking. Story 3. My ML wishes I was dead and told her son, F25 here. Hello everyone. My BF, 33M, and I, F25, have been together for 2 years now, living together for 1, and his mother, and his enmeshment with her, is causing our breakup. For context, his family is Muslim and so is his mother. However, he doesn't really follow any religious rule, despite lying to his mom about that. At first, she seemed okay. Our relationship was never close, but the few times I came to visit it was fine. I tried my best to get to know her and such. However, we were still very early in our relationship, and I did not know what was waiting for me some time ahead. Soon after we moved together, father-in-law died. At first, my BF would visit her every day, contact her multiple times a day, spend the night at her house several times a week, for months. In October, after months had passed, his mother, who was only 62 and not ill or with any condition, kept pressuring him into moving in with her, despite living in another city, guilt, tripping him and manipulating him, making him think he is not a good son, that he is abandoning her, and so on. I was about to graduate in my master's degree and my BF gave me a sort of ultimatum. Either we moved in with his mom because she felt lonely, or I could move back at my parents' house. The situation was unbearable and I managed to convince him it was a bad idea, so we stayed together and he promised to set some boundaries with his mother. More time has passed and things are only getting worse. Not only she demands that he spends weekly nights at her house, but he has to visit her multiple times too, exactly like 1 year ago. My BF and I just switched jobs and we will work in another city, 2 hours drive from where she lives. When he told her about his promotion, she started crying, saying that he was abandoning her, that if something ever happened to her, he couldn't be there to save her, that she couldn't sleep without him, that she needs her son close to her. On one occasion recently, despite knowing she doesn't like me for a plethora of reasons, me being independent and not submissive like her, dressing however I want, me having an influence on his golden child's life, I made an effort and went to visit her with my BF. He insisted. She treated me like absolute sh*t, ignoring me, or when I asked her something she would just answer to my BF in their language, Arabic, which of course I don't understand. She's lived in my country for more than 30 years, so I know that if she wanted she could have a conversation with me. She started manipulating him again, crying, playing the victim, and disrespecting me. After 3 hours of silence, I stood up and, politely, told her that while I was really sorry for how she was feeling, we would still move to that city to follow our new jobs, and that is something she has to accept. No shoutings, insults, I didn't raise my voice. She started screaming and crying and my BF just told me to get out of the house. The whole ordeal lasted maybe 30 seconds. After this episode, she started talking with my BF's brother and telling everyone that I don't make him happy, that I insulted her, that I was screaming at her. All lies. My BF didn't stand up for me, didn't protect me. He keeps visiting her almost every day and didn't confront his mother about the lies and hate she's spreading toward me. I managed to go through his phone because this situation is slowly killing me and found a vocal message that he had sent to his brother where he and his mom were arguing about something in Arabic. Sent the vocal message to a friend of mine who is Moroccan, and basically the mother said, I pray every day that me, his son's GF, dies in a horrible accident or something terrible and that even her bones are destroyed. This was today, and this conversation between him and ML happened 2 days ago when he was at her house. When confronted, he denied and tried to gaslight me into thinking that she was talking about someone else, but my friend assured me that there are words that clearly point out to me. He laughed in the chat with his brother after sending him the vocal message. I had an anxiety attack this morning due to hearing the translation of that thing. After work, again, now he is at his mom's, we'll have dinner with her while I sit alone wondering how to break up. I have always had nice relationships with previous in-laws and I know I am a good, Nice, well-mannered, and hard-working woman. I've always loved my BF with all my heart, and it's very sad that he cannot set boundaries with her. I'm young. On Monday, I will start a new career that I've been dreaming of, and I am a happy person in general. I love life, and I've been crying too many nights for this grown man and his mother. I have many other details, but I think this is long enough. Just wanted to share my story, maybe acquire some new perspectives or reinforce mine, and if you have any advice, it will be appreciated. Comment 1. After what that woman said, I would be afraid of eating or drinking something from her house. Comment 2. He's 8 years older than you, gives you ultimatums, you know he lies, and he laughed when his mom said she hopes you die? That's not a person I'd stay with or plan a future with. Comment 3. At 25, you have a pretty good head on your shoulders. You were doing the right thing to break up. Wish you the best on this new chapter in your life. I'm sure you will find the right partner to appreciate you. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.